Hi everybody, I'm Nicole Crane, and the thing I want to focus on today is integration. And if that's a term that you're not familiar with, um, integration is discovering parts of yourself. I think most commonly they're referred to as like shadow aspects of your personality or your soul. So sometimes it is shadow work, sometimes it's just tapping into different mindsets or like parts of your body, um, to discover like where you're exhibiting or experiencing resistance to your goals or your dreams or things that you're consciously working towards. Um, I mean, it really hurts me when people are like, oh, I need to kill this part of myself, or I'm going to eradicate this ideology. Oh God, it just like it's not helpful in my opinion. So integration is discovering these pieces of yourself that basically object to you having the thing that you want consciously and having a conversation with it. So the SLRC program, the Sex, Love, and Relationship Coaching program that I graduated from, is a somatic modality, which means that it relates to the body. Um, and like another definition of somatic that I really like is something that emphasizes internal perception and experience. So, one of the biggest tools that I use to tap into these different aspects is the felt sense. So, the definition of that I like is connecting with bodily felt experience of what's going on or inner sensation. And that'll just help their numbers. I bless their heart for giving us access to this information. So basically, one of the major tools that I use is to have you tap into what's going on in your body. Like if you have like a gnawing in your stomach, or if like your arm just started hurting during our conversation, or like if you feel like tingling in your face, or if your foot starts itching uncontrollably, things like this are examples of like experiencing the felt sense. Um, I found that the techniques that I like to use are more effective if this is something that you can access. But the good news is that if that's not something that you're naturally connected to, like if you have like a pretty full disconnection from your body and you're very like mentally and like logically connected to yourself, and that's the only sense of yourself that you really have. The good news is that the felt sense can be cultivated by focusing on it. Just really quick before I entirely lose my train of thought and go in a different direction. Another key aspect that I've found to make my work most effective is a bit of a sense of imagination. A lot of the tools that I use also utilize kind of imagining or picturing what success would look like if you were able to achieve it. And so I think that if that's something that you have a hard time connecting with, I'm not going to go into ways of developing that. And there are definitely ways to develop your imagination and thought processes that involve that. But I have found that the people who get the most benefit out of my work have a pretty developed sense of imagination and also are able to connect to the felt sense. So I am going to suggest a little felt sense exercise for you to take yourself through to help you develop your own felt sense. And what I would suggest doing is setting a timer for 5 minutes. And if you can get like in a comfortable position, whether that's seated or lying down, somewhere where you're not going to be interrupted for the full 5 minutes. And once you're comfortable, start your alarm and just notice what's going on in your body and speak it out loud. So Like if I were to do it right now, I'd say my right earlobe is itching and my left foot is really cold, and I have a little bit of discomfort and like hunger in my stomach, and my chest is cold. My forehead above my right eyebrow is itching, and just kind of like that. So just notice what's going on in your body, whether it's temperature, whether it's physical sensation. I hope that this was beneficial to you. If you have any suggestions or comments, I would love to hear them. Starting, I guess it will be like late March, I'm going to start talking about Exquisite again because I'm starting that in early May. So it'll give me a little bit of time for Wapow to wrap up and a little bit of a break for myself. And then we're back into the hardcore stuff. It's really juicy. I'm like, that is my like heart song in a program. So it's near and dear to me. All right, sending you lots of love. Mwah. Bye. Happy weekend.